This Lash Wars web series is brought to you and sponsored by the NISA Association, the Lash Collection, Sweet Lash, Illumino Lashes, Artistic Lash, Alicia from eyelashextensions.co.nz, and Joy from Brisbane Lashes. Here's a special mention to the NISA Association sponsors who helped make the Las Vegas Lash Wars event possible. Classic Round 1 has been completed. And now the Fantasy category Round 1 begins. Introducing our 3 contestants for Fantasy category Round 1. The main event sponsor of the striptease/fantasy category is Skin and Lash Studio, who shipped out a package of supplies to each competitor to plan their entry. The package consisted of a bare basic falsie, a blank face that the strip must be displayed on, and 4 types of embellishments. The 4 embellishments sent in the practice kit must be used in the final submission. Submissions that are missing any of those must-have components can have points deducted. The competitors are allowed to use any additional embellishments of any medium that they choose. Competitors are not allowed to use additional strips of falsies on the top lash area. However, the competitors may use additional strips of falsies on the bottom lash area. Competitors may decorate or paint the canvas with any 2D medium prior to the day of the competition. All 3D embellishments adhered to the canvas must be attached during the competition. The entry will be judged on the complete look, but with a special focus on the embellished strip. Competitors may alter or prepare all elements and embellishments ahead of time before the competition day, but they may not be assembled onto the mannequin until during the competition.
About to start in about 3 minutes. Brought to you by the amazing NISA and sponsored by Skin Lash.
Okay guys, you have everything ready. There are no further questions. Let us know if you need anything. You have extra embellishments if you need them. You have a fresh pair of lashes. You need more feathers, more crystals. Hi, my name's Amanda Peterson and I've come all the way from Melbourne, Australia. My business is Amanda Peterson Bespoke Brows and Lashes. A friend told me about Lash Wars and I thought I really have to enter the fantasy strip lash competition. So I entered the Lash Wars competition first and foremost just because I got such a thrill out of thinking about competing. You know, there's so much going on here and everyone's, you know, watching, and it's just such a great atmosphere and a great vibe. So I thought, what an amazing thing to experience this competition on a, you know, on a world scale. So that was one of the first things that brought me here. Another thing that really appealed to me about Lash Wars and the fantasy category in particular is that I've always been interested in what more I can do with lashes. How can I make them more colorful, more fantastical, more beautiful and prettier? So that's why I decided to enter, and thankfully I got chosen for the fantasy category.
Amanda started out by attaching her bare strip lashes to her pre-assembled decorative feather lashes. The hair was made out of a filament that was then spun at very high speed. Amanda then airbrushed the filament pink to make it resemble cotton candy.
I think I did about 40 hours of research, just getting inspired, and I think that's a conservative estimate, trying to come up with really novel ways to present all this edible stuff and still make the eyelashes wearable after the competition.
Amanda travelled from Melbourne, Australia with her pre-made decorations and tells us about this experience.
That was probably the most stressful part, trying to make sure that all this work that I'd put into this creation was actually able to be transported halfway across the world without being dented and broken and left behind at airports. So that was, it's been a challenge, but it's been fun and interesting as well.
Amanda's creation looks like it's going to be quite fantastical. Amanda's mannequin head was already prepared with 2D decoration, the black mask and the pink coloured lips.
I went to take a photo with my beautifully painted mannequin just before the competition, and I went like that, and some of my lipstick rubbed off onto her nose, so I was like frantically trying to scratch it off. And then the sugared lips were going everywhere, and I did, a complete practice run before, and everything was fine, but today just the edible wafer paper flowers were like breaking apart. I think maybe it's the dry air over here, so I hadn't, taken that into consideration.
Amanda's work is inspired by Marie Antoinette, who, in 1789, famously said, "Let them eat cake." This creation is all about sweet decadence. Amanda included as many edible embellishments as possible. The flowers are handcrafted by Amanda and made out of edible wafer paper. The gold leaves are crafted out of 24-carat edible gold leaf and edible wafer paper. The lash embellishments include colourful spheres of edible French confetti and a pom-pom of faux cotton candy. The hanging cupcake ornaments include French confetti and edible gold stars. Edible pink and white candy diamonds are dotted throughout the creation. The earrings and the pendant on the necklace are made of edible wafer paper. The lips are filled with coloured sugar.
I'm Kit Stevenson, and I'm from Lash Works in Central Florida. We are solely an eyelash studio. We specialize in everything eyelashes, from extensions to strips to fantasy lashes. Being in the Orlando area, there's a lot of conventions in town, a lot of cosplay, a lot of need for that, fashion, runway. We do some pediatric cancer charities too in the area. So the kids love that kind of stuff. It's everything eyelashes. We have some amazing makeup artists in-house, and that's what we specialize in. That is exactly what we do, eyelashes. I've been doing eyelash extensions for 8 years. Well, I was actually a nail technician and had to switch what I do for a living and went into aesthetics and found it quite boring. I like that instant gratification. I do, because I love the eyelashes, and they're amazing. It's the ability to be able to take anybody and change their entire look almost instantaneously. It's awesome. We do a runway show every year. We've done one for the past 4 years. I'm used to doing live models, so yeah, we do one every year, and it's kind of what we do where we are.
Kit is using a microfiber brush to pick up the little decorations. She is picking up the little sprinkles, or known as hundreds and thousands, and attaching those to the base of the falsie strip. Kit has pre-decorated her mannequin head with a splatter of pinks and blues and golds.
Yo, what up? Wowza G's. Yeah.
Oh, I've never done fantasy lashes. I do eyelash extensions all day long, but I don't even do the colored ones. I was a little bit late. I wanted to do classic. I wasn't comfortable with doing volume, and then my friends were like, well, you're creative enough. I know you can you know, battle it out in fantasy, no problem.
Vivian pre-painted the mannequin head in gold and created facial features in bright colours, one eye opened and one eye closed.
The eyelash scene in Vancouver is, there's more and more, you know. We're pretty much one of the higher price points. There are people that do charge more, but we do good work, and we do mostly mink or mink and silks.
Vivian prepared before the competition paper glitter lashes that were light enough to wear with black, turquoise, purple, pink and copper. Vivian is using duo glue to attach the paper glitter strips to her strip lash.
What I found was when I was looking at the contestants, I saw them ripping, actually cutting the feather off. If you peel it off, it comes off in one strip.
All they even wanna do is just be famous. Little baby man, so sweet, so blameless.
Dealing with delicate decorations is fiddly work. Vivian has to carefully peel off the strip so that the paper glitter embellishments glued onto that can set. Vivian continues making her second eyelash strip.
I've been doing eyelash extensions for the last 10 years. I started in 2004 and there was hardly any lash lounges or even like any supplies around. Now I'm triple certified in classic and triple certified in Russian. In fact, I just did the 3D beauty training for volume with Ruby yesterday.
The scale of these tiny decorations and detail is amazing. Curly wires with candy sprinkles on the wire attached to the ends were cupcakes, ice creams and candy nail decals. Curly wires with glitter on the wire attached to the ends were assorted mini pom-poms. Adding more features, Vivian is sandwiching her whole eyelash decoration together. This is bound to be a dramatic look.
We're up till 12, sort of separating the colored beads, colored sprinkles from the multicolor to only purple and pink. And so I've been prepping for probably as long as the theme came out. I've been prepping ever since then.
At home, Vivian made a large flower crown with painted toy ice cream cones and gold-wrapped candies with sprinkles as her 3D presentation. The rest is all about the lashes. The closed eye is layered with the shortest paper glitter lashes to the front of the falsie, then with layers of feather added underneath this and the loop feather to the side of the head, then using the pom-pom curly wires like creeping upward vines. Attached are a few candy decals to the feathers. The entire eye is lined with white rhinestones. There is glitter on cherry lips and eyebrows. On the open eye, Vivian layered the longest paper glitter lashes in the front part of the falsies, then added the looped feathers to the back with a mix of curly cupcake candy wires and sandwiched grey, hot pink and light pink feathers together. Vivian applied the finished lash to the mannequin head and lined half of the eye with candy sprinkles and the other half with pink and white rhinestones.
The hardest part, I think, was the sprinkles because they were losing their color with the glue.
I'm feeling really good. So the theme was sugar sweet, and about 60% of my creation is actually edible. A lot of the embellishments are edible. There's 24-karat gold leaf on edible wafer paper. There's French confetti. There's sugared lips. So I'm feeling pretty confident that I've stuck to the theme and still been able to come up with something really amazing and just fun and just edible to look at. Thank you so much, Nisa, for, you know, just being in existence and putting this together, because there really is no proper certification worldwide, you know, for what we do. So it's up to the individual business owners to really educate our clients and the public, because we don't have a license to show for it. But this is great because I can go home and I can say, you know, I have this certification and, you know, they've tested me on contraindications and health and safety and I passed. So that's fantastic to take back to Australia.
I feel I did really good work. It was hard. I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan. I've been traveling a lot, so I put as much into it as I could.
I feel pretty good about it. You know, I had a few more minutes left on time, so I put a few more rhinestones and glitter in between just to top it all off.
Whilst eyelash extensions have existed in Korea for 30 years and in England and America for approximately 10, Australia and New Zealand only started working with eyelash extensions more regularly in the last few years. Amanda from Melbourne, Australia discovered them and talks about her early experience and learning curves in the eyelash industry.
I've been lashing since 2008 and I was one of the first people to get into eyelash extensions in Melbourne when it was first being introduced. So it was a bit of a gamble, but it's definitely paid off for me. Some of the challenges and obstacles that I've come across is that I speak to a lot of people who think that it's perfectly normal for their eyelashes, their natural eyelashes, to be damaged by eyelash extensions. And they think that's okay, and they think that they just have to give their eyelashes a rest every once in a while. But that's not normal. You really shouldn't have your natural lashes damaged at all. You should be able to, anytime you like, remove your extensions and they should be in perfect condition underneath. So it really does come down to the products being used and the skills and experience of the lash artist doing your lashes. One of the other obstacles I face is trying to educate my clients about what they need to look for when looking for a credible eyelash extension artist. When I first started, people used to ask so many questions because it was so new and they were so worried about going in and getting this treatment. But now I find that people don't ask enough questions. You know, so really some of the things that you need to be looking for is this person certified by a credible training organization? Can I see the before and after photos of their results? What hygiene measures are they undertaking to maintain the health of the client's natural eyelashes and their lid hygiene? So ask them those questions and see if you feel comfortable with the responses that they give you. I think it's our duty of care as responsible eyelash extension artists to really consider ethical and environmental factors as well. So I would encourage anyone doing lashes out there to really get in touch with their local government and talk to, or their local council, and talk to the council about how to responsibly dispose of any hazardous materials. One of the other ethical things that I think we really need to consider as an industry is looking at where our lashes come from. So manufacturers are still, to this day, misleading consumers, so that's wholesalers, suppliers, retail, and even lash artists, about where mink lashes come from and how they're harvested from the animal. It's actually really easy to find out. Go and do your own research. A quick Google search on PETA or the Whisper sites will show you that actually the fur is harvested always, hands down, in a really, really unethical and severely inhumane manner. So I think people would be shocked, and I think as an industry we really need to stop the use of mink lashes and educate clients and customers on our websites about why we don't use this product. One of the most amazing things that I experience as a lash artist is hugs. So when the client comes down, they're a little bit nervous sometimes about getting their lashes done, and then you finish it and they look in the mirror and they are just transformed. You know, it's just not what they expect. It's natural and yet it's still glamorous, and I just like that part the best, where they just look in the mirror and they just say, wow, oh my gosh, what have you done for me? You know, it's going to make my life so much easier, and it makes them happy, and it makes me so happy to see that. So if somebody's only been doing lashes for a little while and they're struggling, I would really say persevere. Eyelash extensions look really, really easy to do on YouTube, but when you get started, there's so much to consider while you're working. I would just say practice. There's no secret, it's just practice, practice, practice. And if you still feel like you're not getting anywhere, search for more training. Go and do a masterclass, train with another organization, or go back to the company that trained you and ask them to give you some more support because you don't feel comfortable. It's not okay to keep struggling. You shouldn't have to do that. Seek help, you'll be happier, and your clients will be safer.
To remind you of what the contestants are competing for: the Lash title, an Elite Glam Core Light, and an award. Want to watch more? Subscribe to Galaxy Dreaming to watch the 4th episode, which will kick off Classic Round 2.
Life is short, your lashes don't have to be.
Thank you to all of our web series sponsors. For more information or to register for an upcoming Lash Wars event, log in to www.nisa.org. You can also find Nisa via www.lashwars.com.